If you've been trying to conceive for a long time, you may have decided that your body is no longer yours. Fertility decisions get outsourced to experts, and slowly but surely your intuition begins to fade. And today I'd like to share with you that your fertility power is not gone, it has just been outsourced. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to reclaim it and bring the authority back home to you. I know this works because I've lived it. About 5 years into my 8-year fertility journey to bring my son earthside, I went to a Native American shaman. He came very highly recommended, and I had paid this man a very handsome sum of money. And he said something to me in this session that absolutely rocked me to my core. He said to me, "You will never be a mother in this lifetime." I went home, sat in the bathtub, and I rocked back and forth, and I said to myself, I will be a mother, I will be a mother. And some kind of power came over me. And in that moment, I declared, I will never give my fertile power away again. That was the catalyst. That was the moment where I reclaimed my fertile energy for myself. And the power that came upon me when I made this declaration, I will be a mother. I want to share another story about what reclaiming fertile power can look like, because for everyone's situation, it's going to be a little different. I worked with a beautiful woman who was on a journey to conceive her baby. She was on the journey to become a solo mother, and she was using a sperm donor who was a friend of hers. And she found herself flying all around the countryside through her ovulation window to try and make conception work. After about 12 months of doing this, she had invested so much money into flights and accommodation, and the baby still had not come. She was in a very stressful state, and she thought, I don't know if I'm cut out to be a mum. I don't know if this baby is going to come. So we worked together, and I said to her, what would feel more expanded? And she said, you know what? I really thought that I wanted this conception to happen naturally, but flying around all around the country trying to conceive my baby in these very small ovulation windows with the pressure of flights and finances and everything that goes with that journey, she said, you know what would feel the best is if I could control the environment a little bit more and I could use IVF. So she spoke to her donor and said, this is what I'm thinking. Will you agree? He did agree. So she went through a controlled process in an IVF clinic, and that to her felt like more safety because she wasn't flying around with all these unknowns. She took her power back. What did she need to feel safe? She needed security. She needed to know exactly when she was going to ovulate, exactly when they were going to implant the embryo into her. And her beautiful baby boy was conceived on the first try of IVF, and he is the absolute light of her life. She took her power back and she conceived her baby. Reclaiming your fertile power doesn't mean that you never listen to experts. It just means that you put your own inner authority and intuition above what any expert tells you. If an expert says something to you that makes you feel less than, that puts you into a place of fear, do not listen to that expert. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If I had trusted every single expert that I went to, I would not have a 6-year-old son today. Power returns to the body when you start listening to your intuition. And when you listen to your intuition over and over again, your body feels safe to send you signals and messages that you are then able to act upon and create an environment to conceive your baby. Here's one of the biggest shifts I see before pregnancy happens. A woman starts orienting her energy back towards her life. She stops focusing on the baby and starts shifting her energy back to herself. What brings you joy? What creates expansion in your life? What flourishes your soul? When your baby is conceived, it is conceived in the womb. The womb is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the center of your creativity. Your sacral chakra needs to be vibrant and strong to create a baby. What makes your sacral chakra vibrant and strong? It is doing things you love, having joy in your life, making fun a priority. Do those things and you become magnetic. Your energy becomes very vibrant and magnetic for your baby. When we orient our energy towards, I am broken, I need things to fix, the soul says, she must like this. She must like finding things to fix. If you go on a quest to fix what is broken, it never ends. The perpetual cycle of needing to heal things that are broken will never end. You'll work on your mother wound, you'll work on your father wound, you'll work on any relationship, you'll work on your money issues. It does not end. You will keep finding more and more and more things to fix. And what I am suggesting here is to surrender it all. You are not broken, you are whole and perfect as you are. Often when we're on a journey to conceive, particularly a long one, we find ourselves sacrificing joy in our quest to have a baby. Or we tell ourselves, I'll only do that thing when my baby lands. And to give you a story, I'm a surfer and I wanted to buy a van for the longest time. And having a van and a toddler or a baby is just not practical. So I put off buying a van for years and years and years because it's not practical. And eventually I said, you know what, stuff it. I'm going to buy a van because I'm not pregnant and I want to go surfing and go on adventures. I bought a van and what do you think happened just 1 month later? Ta-da! I conceived my baby because I stopped being in a place of contraction and I moved into a place of expansion. I started reorienting my energy back towards my life, back towards what brings me joy, what brings me expansion. Alignment isn't vague, it's practical. And most people don't need to be told what alignment is for them. Are you in a job that you enjoy being in? Are you in a marriage or a relationship that feels supportive to you? Do you have enough money in your life to feel safe? And these questions aren't meant to inject fear if you don't have those things, because for everyone, it's different. What levels of safety are required and what's required for joy and expansion is different for everyone. For some women, living in a van with next to no money is everything that they need. For others, they need $50,000 in the bank. So this isn't about what's right or wrong. It's about what's right or wrong for you. Are you in a job that you love? Does it feel expanded? If it doesn't feel expanded, does it need to change to conceive your baby? Only you know the answer to that. Are you in a relationship that feels good, wholesome? Does it need to change? Only you know the answer to that. Are there any shifts or changes that need to happen in your life to make you feel more in alignment? When I was on my 8-year fertility journey and someone would ask me, do you think there's anything preventing you from conceiving? I would always say, no, I don't think there's anything. But I knew what was preventing me. I was working in a job that wasn't in alignment for me, wasn't in alignment to my soul. And deep down, I knew that. I was in denial, but I knew it. And there will be things for you in your life that need to come up for review. Is there something that you need to let go of that you haven't been willing to let go of? Is there a direction your baby is asking you to go that you so far haven't been willing to go? Sometimes it's as simple as making a decision to shift the way that you've been trying to conceive. Stop tracking. Stop peeing on ovulation sticks. Stop doing timed sex. Just allowing it to unfold naturally. If you're gripping on really tight, can you stop peeing on that monthly ovulation stick? Can you stop doing your basal chart temperature? Now, I'm certainly not telling you to stop doing these things if you love them. But if you're doing something and it feels like a chore, what would it feel like to just surrender it and just say, hey, I'm just going to have a break from doing these things for a couple of months? What would that feel like to you? Sometimes it's as simple as the decision to let go and surrender all the doing. And a simple strategy to ask yourself when anything you're doing on your fertility journey, does this feel good to me? It's only when things don't feel good to you, your soul is asking for you to make a different choice. Are you willing to make a different choice to meet your baby? If you would like a gentle way to start surrendering and start reconnecting with your intuition and your baby, I've created a beautiful spirit baby meditation to start connecting with your baby and to receive any intuitive insights that your baby wants to share with you. If you are interested, I will put the link in the description box below. My intention with this video is not to tell you how to think or how to feel. I want you to notice if you have been outsourcing your fertile power. Asking yourself, is there anything I have been outsourcing that I can reclaim back for myself? On my fertility journey, have I been giving my power away? And if I have, am I willing to call back that power and call back that energy for myself? Am I willing to inject this fresh energy back to myself and to give my intuition the opportunity to begin leading and guiding the journey to conceive my baby? In the next video, I'm going to show you how to trust your eternal fertile blueprint and how spirit baby communication is the thing that opens the portal to your womb for an effortless conscious conception.